What's up, ladies? My name is Rosie, and I make content to build women over 40 confidence so that they can wear what the hell they want to wear. Today's topic is style at any age, building a wardrobe as you experiment. Now, before we dive in, I want you to let me know in the comments, what does fashion freedom mean to you? Let's do this. In your teens, I don't know about you, but in my teens, I really did not have a style. I basically wore jeans and a shirt all throughout my teenage years. I wouldn't say that I was a tomboy, and I wouldn't say that I was girly. I was somewhere in between because, I just put on whatever, right? I did not purchase my clothes, just like most of us. We had to have our parents buy everything. And in my household, my mom was not going to buy everything that I wanted, right? So I didn't even really ask that much. It was just like, okay, we go to the store, we buy the essentials, and that's it. So not until I got in my late teenage years is when I started wanting possibly some designer jeans. So all of us are in the same age range, right? We 40 plus, woo woo. So I remember used jeans were big back then. When I got my first pair of used jeans, child, I probably wore them joints all the time because I was just so excited about those used jeans. Also, until I got 17 or so, I didn't have a purse. Again, in between that girly and tomboy state, everything, my driver's license went in my back pocket, probably some chapstick, I don't know, but everything fit in my pockets. Whatever I had, I did not get my first purse until I was 17, and I remember buying it myself because I wanted a name brand purse. And back then I used to get summer jobs, so I knew my mother was not going to buy me no daggone name brand purse. So I saved up my money from my summer job. If you're from the DC area, you know that we have, DC actually, we have the Marienberry Youth Program. And so you could have summer jobs where you make money at various government agencies or wherever they place you. But I was always placed in a government agency. Anyway, I saved up all my money and I bought my first purse, which was a HCL. If you guys remember those, it stands for handcrafted leather goods. And I remember going to Nordstrom's. They had their anniversary sale, and I was up in there, okay, getting my handcrafted leather good purse. And oh my God, it was just I just took care of that purse because, again, you work for your stuff, and you work hard for your item. And I just was like, oh my God, I have my first purse, blah, blah, blah. So I really didn't discover my style per se, or even started dipping and dabbing in anything until I was 17 years old, possibly going into my 12th grade year, that I start caring really about my appearance, right? Because my hair used to be in a ponytail. I could care less about that. So I remember going into my 12th grade year, I got my hair cut. That was back in the day when Toni Braxton had her little short cut, and I cut my hair off, and I really started caring about, my appearance. So the teen years, I know some others probably have a different story. I have, people that I talk to that have always been girly, always wore different things. So that's just my teen story and my journey of how, it began. 20s are for exploring and experimenting. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. So for me, in my 20s, I started going to the mall much more. I started going to TJ Maxx. If you watch this this channel a lot, you know that has been one of my favorite stores since the beginning, right? So I started going there and experimenting with different trends, different styles, because it was not hard on my bank account, right? Again, I'm in college at this point. I really didn't have a whole bunch of money, but I had, I was okay. And plus I had that work study check too. So with that, I was able to, dibble and dab into, different things. I also introduced myself to more luxury items, right? So back then in, 95, 96, 97, Versace was huge. So I got the Versace couture jeans that were big. I remember having like a D&G sweater that was just great craftsmanship and material that I had forever. Moschino was big. I remember I had some sweatpants, and you guys are going to laugh. I still have those sweatpants to this day, right? I don't know what the hell quality they had. Definitely I wouldn't wear them out in public right now, but actually I wouldn't wear them out for real in public. I do wear them in public, but not for an outfit. But they are still holding on, and that gotta be, that's 25 plus years, right? Like, child, I still got them. And I have that Moschino top that I remember buying as, two-piece. And some other Moschino items too. But yeah, that's when I started dipping and dabbling in luxury items. So again, my 20s was for exploring and experimenting. 30s was polished and professional, okay? Somebody had to grow up and pay these damn bills all the time. So with that, I started like dipping and dabbing in more transitional pieces to make myself more polished, right? For going to work, investing in those separates, right? Having those tops, having those suits, right? Having all of those things, because it was a grind. And so I really honed in on, what I like and what I did not like, and becoming, like I said, more polished, right? I invested in key pieces, right? Spent more money on blazers, dresses, again, suits, because those are the things and staples that I needed day in and day out for, my job, for career progression, all of those things. Also, I started to build, a wardrobe that was versatile and having like foundation, like a real foundation for everything that, I wanted to wear, things that I did not like, things that, I purged more of the things that just wasn't serving me anymore. So I started doing that in my 30s. Also in my 30s, my coworker convinced me to start blogging because of my sense of style. Like, she kept telling me, you should start a blog. You should start a blog, because that was something she was doing. She was into wine. And I'm like, girl, I am not on the internet. I have no presence on the internet. Like, the people I want to keep in contact with, I keep in contact with. I ain't on Facebook. I ain't on nothing, right? And she kept like nagging me to do it. And I was just like, oh my God. So one day I was just like, okay, let me just try. And she was like my first photographer. We would, go in the stairwell, and she would take pictures of me, of what I wore that day to work. And this is what it blossomed into. So shout out to Girl Meets Glass, because she started this whole thing for me. 40s is for sophisticated and confident.
Merry Christmas.
This is, as you know, where I am now. I feel the most confident. I don't care what people have to say about my wardrobe. I am dressing for myself. I feel like I have upped my sophistication. I have refined my wardrobe even more. Like any junior section stuff that I may have had in my 20s and 30s, that is well gone. I introduced myself to vintage in my 40s. I wasn't doing that before. I just love the quality because I just noticed that, you know, things are not being made the same way that they used to be made. And once I was introduced to that, I have never looked back. I love me some vintage shopping. That is my favorite thing to do. I also got introduced to thrifting because that used to just, I couldn't do it because I was just like, I wanted brand new everything. I didn't want no vintage stuff. I didn't want no thrifted stuff that was already used by somebody else. You know, I just was like, that is just not my calling. But I'm telling you, once you mature, okay? Because I love both of those things. I love vintage and thrifting shopping. I just love to do it. And then also, I started like getting into really tailoring my clothing, right? In my 30s, I used to get my clothes tailored once in a while. But in my 40s, I got that lady on speed dial, okay? Because you want your stuff to look a little bit more custom. You care about the look and feel. And so that just rose to the top. It became a priority for me to ensure that I look the part that I want to look, right? Also, I started mixing highs with lows, right? So I will have my high-end pieces and then I will start mixing them with low-end pieces. Like, it was just something that, you know, worked because those things were already in my wardrobe and I just started, you know, mixing and matching those two. But again, in my 40s, I just feel so much fashion freedom, right? Just to do and continue to explore anything that I want to explore, right? I can explore with trends if I just want to stick my toe into that and, you know, try some pieces. Again, I'm just at a point where I am free and I just don't care. I'm dressing for myself. I'm just showing up how I want to show up. And it just feels so good to be in this space right now. 50s and beyond. As I look forward to that chapter of my life, I want to continue to be edgy, classy, and timeless. I want to continue to focus on incorporating timeless pieces into my wardrobe. I want to keep thrifting. I want to keep shopping vintage, right? I want to continue to expand. You know, I want to continue to, you know, not being stale, being open to try new things. I want to continue to keep introducing luxury items into, you know, my wardrobe. I want to continue to buy accessory pieces. So every time I hit a milestone, I want to have that piece that I can remember. Oh my God, because I started doing that in my 30s. Like, I hit 30 and I bought something that was expensive that I, you know, will always remember. I want to keep hitting those landmarks and celebrating with something nice for myself. So that is what I see. I want to keep having accessories in my wardrobe, keep elevating those things, right? So those are the things that I am looking for in my 50s and beyond, to again just keep that edge about me. I know that that is something that will never leave me because that is embedded into who I am. So I want to remain healthy so I can wear all of these clothes in my wardrobe. Let me know in the comments, what age did you seriously start building your wardrobe? If you are a woman over 40 who is struggling with fashion insecurities, such as second-guessing your outfit choices, a negative, toxic inner voice, body type issues, and you want to gain the confidence to wear what the hell you want to wear, DM me over on IG and I will be happy to assist. Well, that's all I have for this video. As I always leave you, I want you to buy less, choose well, repeat often, and make it last. Until next time. Bye-bye.